Hello, my name is Sondra Lambert, and I would like to read to you a chapter from my book, In Trance, Hypnosis from a Subject's Point of View. This chapter, Exploring Expectations. One of the most significant moments that we have the privilege of sharing with our clients is the initial conversation. Generally, that's called a pre-talk, but this is when we get a chance to have that shared interview process. We get to know them, they get to know us. There are a list of things that are crucial for a successful session to follow. There are several myths about hypnosis. We discuss the fact that hypnosis is not sleep. To the outside observer, it appears the subject is a relaxed, sleeping person. The hypnosis subject, however, knows differently. You are not sleeping. The second important difference between expectations and reality is that you will hear the sound of my voice. What good would it be if you didn't hear me? When I'm speaking with your subconscious, she needs to be able to hear, process, and respond. The guidance I give my clients is this: listen to the sound of my voice and follow my simple instructions. When we agree that you will listen to me, and I'll keep it simple, then we can begin with a verbal contract that allows the session to flow smoothly. I cannot count the number of times a client has emerged from a profound experience that created monumental opportunity for positive change, only to hear them say, "Well, I don't think I was hypnotized because I heard every word you said, and I remember it all." You will hear my voice. The change occurs as you follow along while being relaxed. Sometimes I will have someone open their eyes while we're working together. Eyes open hypnosis is just as powerful, and sometimes even more, due to the fact you get around that pesky "I heard you" hurdle. One of my clients is a nationally ranked ice dancer. Because she lives her life laser-focused, trance occurs more profoundly when her mind and her attention are allowed to be directed on something with her eyes open. So I encourage her to play games on her cell phone during the session. As her critical attention is drawn to the game strategy, her subconscious is free to finally relax into my definition of trance. And it works. Last year, she made it to the Nationals, and she has qualified again this year as well. Many do not grasp that while I am working with their subconscious, the conscious mind is invited to drift, float, and dream, but is never excluded. She is always welcome to participate. The magic of thought is not shutting off when the trance begins. That's where the good stuff is. When the connection is created well, and with multiple modes of communication in place, it is a win-win for all. Sometimes she will communicate at the speed of thought. Other times by developing signals, allowing you to notice things in your world for the first time, even if they've always been there before. A message or a sign, perhaps repeated throughout the day. I realize that the entertainment business has created a scenario which is not helpful for hypnotherapists. If you expect to be like a stage show, or how it's portrayed in the movies, then your first session will give you yet another opportunity to say, "Wow, that's not what I expected." Will you remember everything that occurs during a session? Well, that's an interesting question. Hypnotists never work toward intentional amnesia. It would not serve anyone's best interest to ask or expect a person to block out information from a session. But with that said, you're also not required to remember all the details. It is best to just let the information flow. If you have total recall afterwards, cool. But if you have gaps, that's perfect as well. Your subconscious does not miss anything. Ever. One of my favorite hypno jokes is, you will remember 100% of what you remember. As a subject, time distortion is just so much fun. Trance time can seem like a moment when an hour has gone by, or you can sort through decades of life, solve the problems of the world, and still be home in time for dinner. Time, place, and space are not relevant during hypnosis. I always begin a session by asking what time the subject needs to leave my office, and I promise to watch the clock. I keep my cell phone on the floor beside my chair and activate it with my toe during our sessions to keep things on time as necessary. This allows the recipient freedom to accept the gifts of time distortion without the normal worries and concerns imposed by agendas or ticking clocks. Another important thing to realize as a subject is that you never leave the real world. If you start in my chair, you will be in my chair when you return. You can expect the sounds of life to continue. Your hypnotist will encourage you to relax into the knowledge that the sounds around you will only serve to relax you more. You will know you are safe, secure, and all is well. Traffic or office conversations just don't matter. As I bring someone back to awareness in my office, I also prepare them to awaken refreshed, relaxed, and feeling totally amazing. I usually point out something like the sound of the air flowing through the vents again. It's a really easy return to reality point. The next myth is my favorite. Is it possible to get stuck in a hypnotic state? Since communication happens directly with your subconscious mind, and her number one job is to function with you for your greatest and your highest interest, there is nothing I could say or do that would ever override. If I ever said or did anything that violated your trust, you would pop out of trance immediately. She is vigilant, and that's why the partnership is so powerful. I can tell you from the hypnosis subject's point of view, I live my life healed, whole, happy, and in balanced alignment due to my willingness to create that safe place and space where my hypnotic triggers and my suggestions are allowed to thrive.
Hi, this is Sondra Lambert, and I'm the author of this book, In Trance, Hypnosis from a Subject's Point of View. I thank you for listening to this small section. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to be a hypnosis subject, what happens from the point of view of going into trance, that's what this book shares. This is my story, told my way, of my experiences. And what is available for me is very clearly available for you. It's available on Amazon, in hardback, in paperback, and on Kindle. Give me a call if you have any questions, 301-202-3605. And my website, www.hellosubconscious.com. Thank you.